What's up, guys? Here we are back on Wind Chaser. We finally finished merging our um, northern part of Field 44 here. Um, so I figured that might as well just make another live stream for Bale since I'm here. I've been trying to plug in a few different lines into my sample mod or sample map LUA to adjust the price of my bales, and so far I haven't had a whole lot of success. With that, which is fine. I'll figure something out. There's a old script for FS11 that has the ability to change your bale prices, so I was looking at that and see if that might work or not. So it's about 5 o'clock in the evening in game time, about 1700 hours, I think. So the sun's starting to go down. We're just finishing up, trying to get the rest of this field bale. This is the last of our alfalfa. We have the southern part of this 44 already baled. I got 72 bales out of that, so that's pretty good. I imagine we'll probably get close to close to 100 or so, maybe more, maybe 120, 140 out of this. I think it might be bigger than 18, so yeah, maybe around 140. So I had Courseplay actually mow this field and missed a few spots, which is fine. It's not that critical to get every little section, but you can see up here that missed a few spots up here. Not a big deal. We just kind of drive over and it'll knock it back down to the cut state. You can see the southern section over here is what we baled. So we have our corn growing up over here in front of us, and then over there is milo. We have quite a bit of milo growing. We had Courseplay merge this for us. Courseplay did a pretty good job at merging. I would just hop in the tractor and switch what's the side discharge when it would go to a different lane on these headlands. Did a pretty good job. And it's set at 4 lanes, 4 headlands, so over here is a little bit hairy. These sharp corners. Courseplay really never likes anything that's super sharp, so let's try to come up over here and collect what we can. Putt's on our way again. We have the T7 parked over here. You can see it over there by the fuel barrel, next to the power washer too. So that should be fully refueled. Now we just have to wash it, and we won't need it until, I don't know, 2 weeks from now. We'll actually need the T7 to help us with the front loader, so we're gonna have to put the forks on it and the bale spike once we collect all these bales. I imagine we'll have close to 300 bales total when it's all said and done, so be a couple trips with the semi to the bale sell point. Corn is coming up nicely. I haven't went and scouted the fields yet, so I don't know what the nutrients are in these fields or anything like that. I've just kind of been dedicated our first day to getting this alfalfa cut, merged and baled, and then we'll have plenty of time. You know, we can spray all of our fields in one long day, so I'm not really worried. We can cover 1,600 acres pretty quick with a 120 boom Patriot, so not worried at all. We got plenty of time to mess around. Now the only time that we're in a time crunch is when we're doing our chisel plow. Just because that does take us quite some time. I think we can run. I have to look at my. I think we were running close to like 25 acres with two 2730s. Like 25 acres an hour or something like that. We have two of them in the field. We'll probably after this harvest, we'll probably pick up a second 2730 so I can have both of my T97s in the field until I finish up my 9RX. I'll probably slowly be transitioning over to John Deere equipment as I go back and remodel and retexture and rescript a few things. Probably start kicking off the transition with the 4045R Deere sprayer. Then after that, probably slowly work on getting new set of the 9Rs, 9RX, 8R, 7R, so on and so forth. Planters, reduce some planters. Make a air seeder, John Deere air seeder. But I mean, we're talking months, you know, 6 months minimum to get to that point. Probably take another 3 weeks just to finish up my Deere sprayer, if not more. I think it will be amazing to have out. I like it a lot better than the case. It seems so much. It's a lot more complex in it. I don't know, it just looks a lot cooler than the case Patriot. Patriot's nice and everything, but it's just a little too basic. It looks a little too basic compared to the new sprayer with the direct injection and water tank. That has the option to have a attachable or interchangeable sprayer and dry box. You know, pretty easy to do that. Might run some of my Challenger tractors too. Kind of in the middle of getting a road track New Holland or getting or buying my MT765E. So I'm not really sure what I want to do with that. Road track would be great, keep it New Holland, but at the same time, kind of want to use my Challengers. Haven't really used them that much. So I have logged many hours on these fields over here, field 2 and 44. I've farmed this field so many seasons between 15 and 13. It's not even funny. I don't know. It's probably like the 20th time I've harvested a crop on this field, if not more. So you can imagine the amount of hours in tillage and stuff like that. You know, unlike One Lonely Farmer, I've never had an issue with this baler or this pickup. And I never have to do anything with it. It works great. Really happy with how these windrows are looking now. After I adjusted some lines for my crops, everything's looking really crisp. 4X maps have been kind of known to have issues with windrows. But I have to say that these are looking pretty good. I mean, there's still some issues. It's not as good as on a regular 1X map, but looks darn good. I was actually looking at pictures of those large John Deere square balers, the L series. They look, they're really impressive. Maybe one day I'll build up the courage to make one of those things. The question is, like, how much detail do you put into a baler, you know? Do you just make the plastic hoods and then, like, the discharge? Do you make it so, like, you can raise the panel, you gotta build in detail there, so... I mean, it would be pretty quick if I made it pretty basic and didn't build in any kind of interior detail, like gears, and pulleys, and flywheels, and stuff like that. Yeah, kind of what Giants does. They don't really put much detail under the hoods of anything, really. So currently on this map, I'm farming a little over 1,600 acres. There's a little over 2,500 total farmable acres on this map. So we have ways to go still. I think I might actually... If we pick up any more fields, I'll probably buy some more fields up at the northwest farm. It's a lot bigger farm, more sheds, more capacity, bigger, you know, just to get a change of view, because I've been farming over on this farm, you know, since I started making the map. So I might make the move all the way up there. It's got some nice fields up there. I might not really sure how I want to do it. I mean, we have 60 or like we're leasing our fields for basically one more season. It's like 40 days left on our land lease until we have to renew. So what I might do is I might not renew some of the more expensive fields, or maybe I'll just keep everything we're farming now and just maintain the soil mod aspect, and then just kind of lease a bunch up there, you know, take on probably another 400, 500 acres up that surround that farm, and move everything up there, because a lot of these fields, they're pretty easily maintained through we could do applicate like a dry broadcast of nutrients, and then a lot of the nutrients are replenished through the chopped straw residue, and then we just chisel plow everything in and broadcast some lime, broadcast some NPK, and then chisel plow everything in, and you know, we're pretty much right there, and it's easy to maintain with a few applications every week with the sprayer. Where when you're opening up new ground that hasn't really been maintained, it's a little bit tougher to, you know, it costs quite a bit of money to get those nutrients up to where they should be. You know, so far this season, we're not even to the harvest point yet, but have like $1.2 million in land rent, seed, and fertilizer and stuff like that on our ground already. So and I don't even think that's including what we have in rented equipment and hired workers. So It's pretty expensive to farm what we're farming now, and you know, we do pretty good. We're probably gonna get, you know, we put in probably 1.2, 1.3 million dollars. We're probably gonna get 3 million out of our crop if we sell everything at a great demand price. So we do very well. Try to wait as long as I can for a great demand, and you know, if nothing's coming out, I need money. I'll hopefully we'll have some bales to sell. Otherwise, I'll take out kind of an operator's loan, a couple $100,000 to get us by. Because by the time when we sell crop, it's usually like a couple of weeks after harvest, and then between that when we sell and we get to sell again, you know, it's sometimes it's 4 weeks, it's 5 weeks, and so that's, you know, we burn up about $8,500 every day between all of our land and equipment and taxes like that. So we need quite a decent amount of liquid capital to keep our day-to-day operations going. Right now, you know, we're under $4,000 in the bank account, so we're pretty much a poor farmer at this point. But our line of credit's enormous. It's like 2.2 million line of credit we can take out without even taking out a loan. You know, when I think like the default line of credit when you first start is like 200,000, but we took out a huge loan and we paid it off, and now our line of credit that we could take out is enormous. And you know, that's nice because, you know, you could take out 2.2 million line of credit, and then on top of that, if you need more, that you can actually take out an official loan from the bank. So we have, you know, the bank loves us essentially. So we're doing very well. If we, you know, this tractor is gonna be right up there to its 100 hours after we're done baling and collecting all these bales. It'll probably be right there, ready to trade in. So that's probably, I forget how much this is. That's probably another 250,000 we're gonna have to come up with, or 150,000, whatever we get when we trade this in to replace it. Because we need that front hitch for a mowing tractor. Both our T9 700s will probably be shot after this upcoming tillage season. Because one's going to be running the grain heart, the one that we just bought, and that's going to get some hours. And then you know, we log probably 20 hours on the grain cart, and then maybe 20-30 hours doing all the field work. So about every 2 years we have to trade in our big tractors, which, you know, those are not cheap. And there's really no way to keep track of acreage on our tillage tools, because I mean, if I was able to keep an acreage total on my tillage tools, I'd probably like trade them in after so many acres, but I have no idea how many acres are on them. Same with planter. That'd be nice if there's a way to like keep track of acres planted or worked on the implement. Maybe there is, I just don't know of it yet. And then we're spending you know, 1,000 here, 2,000 there on equipment repairs because we have the damage mod installed. So it's just nice that we have all of this alfalfa that we'll be able to sell. need it pretty bad. I'm just glad I don't have to replant this every time I cut it. My least favorite part is collecting the bales. I don't have enough patience to do it with the bale spike like people usually do. I use those auto stackers, collector stackers, whatever they are. Work really well. I feel like it's kind of cheating though, but I know if you drive around in Wisconsin anywhere, you'll see people with like tractors or skid loaders out in the fields collecting and loading their bales. Don't really see much for auto stackers or anything like that. And you don't see much for square bales. I mean, there's one big dairy farm I know of. They do a lot of square bales. They have a huge shed with like, it doesn't really have walls except at the very top. It's got a steel roof and some kind of like, 4 feet of sidewalls all the way around at the very top. But they stack huge square bales in there. I don't know how high, probably 8 high or so. They have a telehandler and stuff. I'm not really sure how many dairy cows they milk there. If I had to guess, I'd say probably 400-600 dairy cows they milk in their barns. Everyone else is pretty much does round bales. It's nice to see, I put some traffic splines up around here. It's nice to see the traffic go by. Missed that. Makes it feel a little bit more alive. There's something therapeutic about making a bunch of bales. I don't know. For whatever reason, it's like one of the funnest things for me to do right now is just bale. And I like to mow as well. I mean, mowing is not nearly as fun, but I like to bale. I hate collecting the bales, but I do like loading trailers with the front end loader, or I use the skid loader a little bit. A little too torquey to handle these bales. And I like running grain cart. I like putting the combines on course play and the trucks on course play and just running grain cart. I used to enjoy planning, now I'm kind of over it. A little boring. Tillage, I've done so much of it that it's pretty boring. Dude, most of those are, you know, tillage and planting, that's all pretty much delegated with course play. Spraying, you know, every now and then, you know, I like using a sprayer, you know, the new sprayer I built. But after a while it gets old. I like making mixed rations, you know, for animal feed, loading bales and silage. Loader work's pretty fun if you're loading up like solid manure and stuff like that and broadcasting. That's usually fun. I used to have course play be my front end loader, and I would just go out and broadcast solid manure and then drive back, and course play would load me up. I like watching course play on trucks come and go and do their own thing. It's just, the AI is pretty fun to watch after you make your courses. During great demands, having course play load and sell grain, and then you can like rent another truck and just get shit done. I actually like auto combine a lot more for combining a lot of these fields. Now, I put in a few lines in the LU8, so it's a lot more affordable to use it. It only charges me 20 bucks an hour per machine instead of like 2,000 an hour it was charging me before. That's it. It works pretty well. I don't really use it much for tractors like auto tractor, but for auto combine it works really well. because courseplay isn't that smart. Where auto combine and auto tractor, it goes off of the fruit, and it goes off the terrain. And so, like, if you have an island or some kind of waterway in your field, auto tractor, auto combine will recognize that. Where courseplay, like, it will recognize the boundary for like headlands and stuff, but like it will put its map over. Like, it won't pick up anything. It'll just like drive over, like it doesn't, like it forgot it was there. So courseplay definitely has its place for grain transport and stuff like that. And pretty much like that, we just knocked that field out, so kind of curious what the total bale count will be. I'm gonna say maybe like probably like 150 or close to it. Spit out these bales. I don't know. I'm gonna guess 150. 143. So that puts us at just about 330-ish. So not a bad total. Pretty decent value in. I mean, the bales right now they're selling at like 1,200, like 1,300 bales. So I'm gonna fix that so it's closer to like $600 a bale or something. So it isn't so high. Anyways, we're officially done baling our alfalfa crop, thank God. We ran 623 bales through this guy, this little red workhorse. Did 143 bales in this video. And now we just have to go collect everything. It's gonna be a lot of bales to collect. We don't own a collector, so we'll have to rent one. I'll probably rent it tomorrow. So what I'll probably do is go scout the fields in the Silverado, and then fast forward to the next day. So we got some dirty equipment here that we need to go ahead and wash. TAT7, and then you can see all of our bales. Did quite a bit of work today on more than I thought I was going to do. Actually, I didn't think I was going to sit here and play this game for that, whatever it was, 3 hours. But you can see we have field 3 there. It's got the bales. 18 over there is all baled. South part of 44 is baled, and north part of 44 is baled. And then what we have left is a lot of corn, soybeans. The green is milo, and then everything that's dark green besides 18 is sunflower. So Have a lot of milo, sunflower, corn left. Uh, but I'm sure by the time we get to harvest, we're going to be doing a second crop of alfalfa again. So thanks.